This is 13.2, recording employer payroll taxes. This is found on page 373 in your book. The first thing that we're going to look at is how we're going to pay out unemployment and what that looks like. So the first thing that we need to do is understand what unemployment taxable earnings are. One thing that is a little bit maybe hard for students to understand is this is a percentage rate that is different for federal and for state. So the federal unemployment tax rate that we're going to be looking at is 0.8%, and the state unemployment tax rate that we're going to be looking at is 5.4%. So federal unemployment is paid by your employer. So that is not something that the employee pays, that's something that the employer pays. And they have to pay on the first $7,000 earned by each employee in each calendar year. So that's something that you need to remember, is that number 7,000, that you're going to get taxed on that first 7,000. After that $7,000 is earned and you've been taxed on it, you no longer will be taxed on your unemployment. So the first thing that we need to do is look at your accumulated earnings for the year, and then as far as this pay period goes. So like for Susan Aranda right here, she has accumulated earnings as of November 30th, 21,115, and then her total earnings for that next pay period is $968. So you can see here that she is not getting taxed for unemployment because she's already made over $7,000. Okay, Paul here has made $55.95.25 as of November 30th. His total earnings for $550, and because this $550 when added to your accumulated earnings does not equal $7,000, he is going to be taxed on that entire $550. Okay. Here again, this person's already made over $7,000, so they aren't taxed this tax period or this pay period. This person hasn't made $7,000. They're made $240 this pay period, so they will be taxed on that entire $240. Okay, so the total amount that is taxed is $790 in this pay period. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take the taxable earnings, so whatever amount can be taxed, you would find that here. This is the taxable earnings. Okay, you will take it times that percentage rate, and this is the amount of tax that will come that the employer will pay. Okay, so those are things. Your state rate, remember we talked about, was 5.4%. Your federal rate is 0.8%, so you need to make sure that you know those different rates for federal and state. Those are found on page 375 of your book. Journalizing your payroll taxes. So on December 15th, we recorded employer payroll tax expense $485.92 for the semi-monthly pay period ended December 15th. Right here it tells us the taxes owed are Social Security $354, Medicare $82, federal $632, state $42.66. So all of those things will be credited and your payroll tax expense will be debited. Remember, your expense is always debited. That's how you can remember easier that all these will be credited. So this is just the total of all of your taxes that the employer pays paid in. Okay, now we need to journalize that payroll tax. You'll be able to find this on page 376 of your book. So again, we are going to debit our payroll tax expense. We will have a memorandum showing that that's been done. All of our Social Security, Medicare, federal, and state, it always goes in this order. Social Security, Medicare, unemployment federal, unemployment state. Those are all credited, and then your payroll tax expense is debited. Things that you need to review is federal and state. The main thing here is knowing that federal is 0.8% and state is 5.4%, and that you're always taxed on only the first $7,000 of your income for that calendar year.